Hi everyone, Rachel Jensen here, broker owner of Luna Realty Belize on the beautiful island of Ambergris Caye. Today we are in question number 37 of In the Inbox, which is a series that we've dedicated to answering questions by and from folks like you. So with question number 37, this is a great one. And I actually just got this one via text from my friend Ray. He and his wife Terry are looking at moving down from Florida to Ambergris Caye. And their big question is, what is there to do? Right? We know that this is a big popular spot for tourists. It's the #1 spot in the entire country for tourism. However, when you decide to relocate here, is there enough to do to sustain your time, your interest, your hobbies? And a lot of that really, your likes and preferences depend on you, right? So I can't tell you that this is going to be the most perfect place for you to retire because I don't necessarily know you and know what you like doing. However, I did spend some time to really put together a list of things that I think it's important for expats to know that they can participate in when they come down. And it's not a comprehensive list by any means. There's still a lot more, but because this is the primary tourism town, we do tend to have more going on here than other parts of Belize. So there do tend to be more events that are happening here, things for people to participate in, more expats generally. So there are more clubs, more people to connect with. So I did highlight some of those for you. Oops, right over here. All right, so of course, first and foremost, there are the water activities. So this is one of the big reasons why Ambergris Caye has become as popular as it has, because of the water activities. When we look out into the water and we see the reef, it's quarter-mile out from our coastline here. So you have a lot of the diving, fishing, snorkeling, scuba, I guess it's diving there, but the swimming, of course, kayaking, paddleboarding, any sort of water activity that you may enjoy doing, you can tend to find here. I know jet skiing, they have a bunch of jet skis here too. So if you really enjoy being out on the water, and this is one of the primary reasons that we've seen tourism numbers as high as they have been, because folks really enjoy doing those sort of activities here. Now, however, if you're not so much of a water bug, I know for me, I think I get in the ocean maybe once a month, or the sea about once a month. So not necessarily somebody who came down here for the water, although it's really, really beautiful to look at. There are many other things that you can do on the land. So for example, volunteering and fundraisers. If you're somebody with a big heart or somebody who wants to give back and do more in the community, there are certainly outlets that you're able to do that in. So there's a humane society here where you can go and walk the dogs. You can volunteer with them. They have a fundraiser coming up at the end of this month. We're in October right now, at the end of this month, for a pet costume contest. So decorate and dress up your pet for Halloween, and then they'll do a costume contest as a way to raise funds for the Humane Society. There's Rotary and Lions Club, which is also a great way to get connected. And that's also a great way to meet other expats, other locals as well. There's also the San Pedro Christmas Collection, which is a pretty big fundraiser that happens here on the island. And it starts as soon as August and then continues to the end of this year as a means to raise money for the community and to contribute in some way. So this is, again, not a comprehensive list, but just giving you a little bit more insight as to what there is to do. Also, there are sports and fitness leagues. I think one of the newest ones has been a pickleball league. So if you're a pickleballer or you're just learning about the sport and you want to participate, there is a league that meets a couple of times a week. So you're able to do that. But then they have the usuals here, the volleyball, the soccer, which they call football here, just as a heads up. So if you're looking for soccer and you don't see anything, just look for football, and that's what it is. There's the 501 Run Club. They meet regularly in the mornings, usually earlier on before it gets too hot to run up and down the island. There's also a club that rides bicycles and explores new places on the island, water aerobics, yoga. So a lot that you can do in order to keep your fitness and your wellness up. In addition to that, there are a bunch of expat groups that were primarily put together by expats, or for people with like-minded interests, not necessarily exclusively for expats, but you do tend to see that people put together groups that would be of most interest, and other people would come to that. So there's one here called the Walkaholics and the Walkettes, and this is a funny one. They get together on Wednesdays, I believe it is, and they visit different bars. They have their matching shirts on and walk to the different bars or transport via golf cart to the different locations and check out the locations there. And then there's also book clubs, and really and truly, whatever club you want to start, you're more than welcome to do that. There is a really great community here, people who are looking to do things and try new things. So if you're able to gather people for your group, which is fairly easy to do here, then you can certainly start whatever club you have an interest in doing. And then, of course, at a lot of the bars and restaurants, they do have dedicated nights. So you're able to see what event they're doing. One of the big ones is the hermit crab races at Naughty Crab. That's on Tuesdays. In addition to that, there is Guitar Circle. That's on Naughty Crab. I don't remember the day of the week that is. GM night. So if you play an instrument, you can show up on Tuesday to Croc Sunset Sports Bar and play your music. And then, of course, there's Chicken Drop and Trivia Movie Night and a lot of other activities. And I just saw before tuning in that Moon Bar, they're looking about 6 miles north. They're going to do a solar eclipse party on October 14th. So there's a lot that you can participate in. And obviously, those are very specific events. But I know one of the big questions that people ask is, where do I find out what's going on? And the reality is a lot of our information comes from Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, I would highly recommend just creating a profile, whether it's a real profile or a dummy profile. But this is really how we tend to get information here. Of course, word of mouth is big as well, but these groups here I've highlighted for you. Feel free to take a screenshot or just jot them down. But the popular, more popular Facebook groups are Ambergris Caye Expats, Ambergris Caye Community, Ambergris Caye Tourists, Ambergris Caye Eats, San Pedro Music this week, and San Pedro Events, Food and Fun. So those would be the 6 that I would recommend. And then you can also stay tuned with the news that's happening on Facebook through these 4 pages: Ambergris Today, San Pedro Scoop, San Pedro Sun, and San Pedro Town Council. And so through those 10 avenues, you'll tend to find and see a lot of what's going on. I know there are times that I am just out of the loop completely. And then I hear something like 2 days later, they had at one of the hotels down south, boutique hotel called Playa de Sala, they had like a chef competition, which I actually didn't find out until that evening that it was happening. And that's just because I wasn't really browsing Facebook or talking about it with friends. So just make sure you're staying up to date with those sort of pages if you do want to make sure you're getting involved. And then if you are looking to relocate to Belize, there is a lot of information that you really need to know before you move down here. I know some people are a little bit more lackadaisical about the move. Oh, I'll figure it out when I get there. But sometimes when you assume that things are a certain way, it does not necessarily always work out in your favor. So it is good to be prepared. And this is a great guide here that I really recommend you just read through prior to coming down to at least set your expectations. And you can receive this free e-copy via email, info@lunarealtybelize.com, info@lunarealtybelize.com. We'll email that over to you. And then hopefully we'll see you here on the island soon as the newest expat. In the meantime, everyone, feel free to reach out with any questions. If you have any real estate questions or queries, feel free to let us know that too. And we're happy to get those details over to you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.